At first light on the African savanna, when the horizon blushes and the grass holds the night's last cool breath, a herd of zebras stands like living constellations scattered across the plains. Their black and white stripes ripple as they move, a visual rhythm against the gold of dawn. To the untrained eye, they look like wild horses painted by nature's boldest hand. Yet zebras are something older, tougher, and more intricately adapted than a simple comparison allows. They are survivors shaped by predators, climate, disease, and social bonds, carrying on an ancient story written across Africa's open lands. Zebras belong to the genus Equus, the same family as horses and donkeys, but they split from their relatives millions of years ago. Three main species roam Africa today: the plains zebra, the most numerous and widespread, the mountain zebra, adapted to rocky highlands, and the Grevy's zebra, tall, narrow-striped, and critically endangered. Each species tells a slightly different chapter of the same evolutionary narrative, molded by geography and pressure. Fossil evidence suggests that early zebra-like animals evolved as grasslands expanded, trading forest agility for endurance and speed in open spaces. The stripes that define zebras have fascinated scientists for centuries. Early theories suggested camouflage, a way to blend into tall grass. Others proposed social recognition, helping zebras identify one another. Modern research points strongly toward a more practical function: defense against biting flies. Tsetse flies and horseflies, notorious carriers of disease, appear confused by high-contrast stripes and are less likely to land on striped surfaces. In a land where parasites can mean death, stripes may be a shield as vital as speed. Still, the stripes also serve social purposes, with each zebra's pattern as unique as a human fingerprint, allowing mothers and foals to recognize each other within a moving crowd. Life on the savanna is rarely gentle, and zebras live with constant vigilance. Lions, hyenas, cheetahs, and wild dogs all see them as prey. To survive, zebras rely on sharp senses and group living. Their eyesight is keen, especially for movement, and their ears swivel independently to catch distant sounds. When danger approaches, a herd reacts almost as one body, heads lifting, muscles tensing, hooves ready. If flight is necessary, zebras run in zigzags, using sudden turns to throw off predators, while powerful kicks can break a lion's jaw if a chase ends too close. Zebra society is complex and surprisingly structured. Plains zebras form family units called harems, usually consisting of one stallion, several mares, and their offspring. These families remain stable for years, sometimes for life. The stallion's role is not just to breed but to protect, positioning himself between danger and the group. Mares form strong bonds with one another, and foals quickly learn who belongs to their family through close contact in the first hours after birth. In contrast, Grevy's zebras have a looser social system, with males defending territories instead of permanent harems, reflecting the harsher, more scattered resources of their environment. Birth on the plains is both miraculous and perilous. A zebra foal enters the world already equipped for survival. Within minutes, it struggles to its feet; within an hour, it can run. This speed is essential, as predators often target the youngest and weakest. The mother memorizes her foal's stripe pattern, scent, and voice during a brief isolation period after birth, ensuring she can identify it among many. Despite these defenses, foal mortality is high, a stark reminder of the savanna's unforgiving balance. Zebras are grazers, feeding primarily on grasses that many other herbivores find too tough or low in nutrition. Their digestive systems are less efficient than those of ruminants like antelope, but this inefficiency is a strength. Zebras can survive on coarse vegetation, moving ahead of other grazers and trimming grasses down, making way for more selective feeders. In this way, they act as ecological pioneers, shaping the landscape and supporting biodiversity. Their constant movement also spreads seeds and nutrients across vast distances. Seasonal migration is another defining element of zebra life. In East Africa, particularly within the Serengeti Mara ecosystem, hundreds of thousands of plains zebras undertake long journeys in search of fresh grazing and water. These migrations are guided not by maps but by memory, instinct, and subtle environmental cues like the smell of rain on distant soil. Crossing rivers filled with crocodiles and traversing predator-rich plains, the migration is a living testament to endurance and collective memory passed down through generations. Communication among zebras is rich and varied. They use barks, whinnies, and snorts to signal alarm, locate family members, or express agitation. Body language plays an equally important role. Ear positions, tail movements, and facial expressions convey mood and intention. A flattened ear can warn of irritation, a raised tail may signal readiness to flee. These signals maintain cohesion within the herd, reducing chaos when seconds can mean the difference between life and death. Despite their resilience, zebras face growing threats from the modern world. Habitat loss due to agriculture, fencing, and expanding human settlements restricts migration routes that zebras have used for centuries. Competition with livestock reduces access to grazing and water, while poaching, though less common than for elephants or rhinos, still occurs for meat and skins. Climate change adds another layer of uncertainty, altering rainfall patterns and intensifying droughts that strain already fragile ecosystems. Conservation efforts vary by species. Plains zebras remain relatively stable in numbers, though local declines are evident. Mountain zebras, once pushed to the brink, have benefited from targeted protection and population management, showing how focused conservation can succeed. Brevis zebras, however, remain in serious danger, with fragmented populations and low birth rates. Their survival depends on sustained cooperation between governments, conservationists, and local communities who share the land. Cultural significance adds another dimension to the zebra's story. Across Africa, zebras appear in folklore, art, and symbolism, often representing balance, individuality, and community. Their striking appearance has made them global icons of the wild, featured in documentaries, photography, and conservation campaigns. Yet this familiarity can be deceptive, masking how finely balanced their existence truly is. As the sun sets and the savanna cools once more, zebras gather close, stripes blending into a moving pattern that confuses the eye. Foals nuzzle their mothers, stallions stand watch, and the herd settles into a wary calm. Their lives are a continuous negotiation with the land, predators, and each other, shaped by ancient instincts and modern challenges. The story of the zebra is not just about survival but about connection, to family, to landscape, and to the delicate systems that sustain life on Earth. In their endless movement across Africa's plains and mountains, zebras remind us that the wild is not static. It is dynamic, resilient, and vulnerable all at once. Each set of stripes carries a history of adaptation and a future uncertain but still unfolding. To watch a zebra run free under an open sky is to witness evolution in motion, a living chapter of nature's grand narrative, still being written with every hoofbeat across the dust.